So our first word today is to gain pace, which is similar to if an idea or someone or something is, picking up speed or kind of gaining momentum, we also say. Advancing. So if an idea or a trend gains pace, it just means it's kind of advancing and getting bigger and spreading. For example, like anything that's trendy can gain pace. Like these days, everyone's playing the Pokemon Go augmented reality. So you could describe a trend like that as gaining pace. In the video, the AI industry is gaining pace. It's getting bigger. It's moving faster, and soon it's going to take all of our jobs. So it's gaining pace. Because of that, we might need a universal basic income, which is number 2. A lot of people like Elon Musk, the kind of Tesla CEO, he's really pushing for a universal basic income, which is kind of a safety net for the citizens of a country where they get a basic welfare check every month. Enough money to live on without having maybe a job, because supposedly robots are going to take all our jobs. I want to say some Scandinavian countries already have something of a universal basic income. Is it Sweden? Yeah.
But then it's said that people just reject it. They don't want it.
Oh, they don't want it. Yeah.
They will
The
regret
government
it
says,
soon.
hey, how do you think about we give all the money to that place?
Oh, yeah.
Too rich folk.
Yeah. I can see that happening a lot of places. It's a strange idea. We can get into that with the discussion questions, but a government paying for every citizen is a little strange. Okay, number 3, although it's not in the video, quota is kind of a fixed number or amount that someone needs to reach, usually. Usually when I hear quota, it's kind of a goal, a number goal. So they always talk about police. At the end of the month, they start giving out a lot of speeding tickets. So you're more likely to get pulled over and given a speeding ticket at the end of the month because the police are kind of desperate to meet their quota. They have to give out a certain number of tickets every month. That's their goal to meet, their goal number. So it's their quota.
So I can only use it for goal for the number.
No, there are
Just
other
for
meanings,
goal.
but that is definitely the most common one. A quota can also be
What if I say I've done my quota of work today?
can you equate your work to a specific number?
No.
If you had like, I need to edit 13 documents, and I edited those 13 documents, then I could say I met my quota with these documents.
This word every day I heard from my sales manager.
Uh-oh.
You need to, reach the sales quota this year or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Very common.
Hate word.
Right. Okay, number 4, keep the spoils. The spoils are rewards or benefits you get. You often hear about the spoils of war. That's a common kind of phrase. The spoils of war are like what the winning army gets. Like the treasure after they conquer or something is the spoils. But the spoils can be anything, like the kind of benefits or, just rewards that you get from a certain action. You keep the spoils of your hard work, that kind of thing. They talk about these corporations are taking over with AI, and they're keeping the spoils, whereas they're not kind of dispersing the profits they're making to the people. They're just keeping them all. So we could say that they're keeping the spoils in that situation. Number 5, to augment is kind of to upgrade or like kind of make better, to make greater, to strengthen, increase something. If you augment some kind of technology, you're tweaking it to make it like better than it was before. Where you hear this a lot now is augmented reality. Games that are augmented reality or like reality made better is kind of what it means. Pokemon Go is just like kind of the start of this augmented reality where you can see like the actual characters in the real world. Right now it's kind of primitive, but in the future maybe augmented reality will be much more advanced, like with video games and things mixed into the real world. So it's like reality has become enhanced better. Number 6, forthcoming. This is an adjective to describe a person who's kind of willing to work with you and willing to cooperate and lend all the necessary things they should do. You can describe that person as forthcoming. They don't hold anything back. They don't hide anything from you. 100% they're willing and able to help you. Number 7, a techie just describes someone who's really into technology, really knowledgeable about like code and applications and maybe app design and whatever the latest technological knowledge you need. Techies are people who are really into that. It makes me think of a Trekkie. Do you know what a Trekkie is? Trekkies? Trekkie is a play on this word, and those are people who really love Star Trek.
Oh.
The TV show Star Trek.
Oh.
So they like...
Trekkie.
Trekkies. They're called Trekkies. And they go to like conventions around the world, and they just love that world of Star Trek, like the old TV show and movies. So techies and Trekkies. Number 8, to head off is the same as to intercept or stop something in its path. It might conjure the image of someone getting their head cut off, but that's totally different. This is like when you step into someone's path and intercept them. They're going this way, and you stop their track. You head them off. So if you're hunting an animal, if you've ever tried to hunt an animal, you kind of want to head off wherever it's going. That means the same as cut off, whichever direction they're going. Get in the way of their path, and that's to head them off. But you can also head off abstract things, like if there's a bad or negative thing happening, you can kind of stop it and head it off. Like if there's if everyone's starting to hate the boss or something, maybe the boss needs to head off that hate. So that means they need to kind of like stand in the way of that and face it and stop it. So they head off that growing disdain. Okay, any questions about these words?